Hello everyone, and welcome back to Zielonka. This is episode 5 of our premium expansion playthrough. As I said, we are on Zielonka. We just finished the potato harvest off camera from last episode. We've got to cart the last bit of potatoes, and then we will have all of our fields done, except for the 3 vegetable fields. We've got parsnips over there across the stream, red beets, and carrots here on the home farm. Red beets and carrots aren't ready to harvest yet, but the parsnips have been ready to go. So we got to finish those up right after we get these potatoes. And I have let this go on long enough. We got to knock this field out really quick because this is episode 5, and I started that harvest, if you remember, all the way back on episode 1. We did move forward a couple of months and just left the parsnips sitting on the field because we don't have seasonal growth turned on. So there's no harm, no foul there, but I just don't want to let them sit there any longer. We got to put our heads down and finish the field. But first, we need to get these potatoes put away. Here we got a couple of AI doing some violent turns, as they do. There's the soup factory, which we do own. We did turn off the parsnip soup because I want to save the parsnips. Obviously, we only have a tiny bit of parsnips left over, but I will be harvesting more parsnips, obviously, and dropping them off here at the soup factory. And I want to use those parsnips combined with the red beets and carrots that we will get from harvest to make triple soup. You need carrots, parsnips, and red beets to make that. So yeah, I've already made parsnip soup. I also want to make red beet and carrot soup and triple soup. So that way I'll make all 5 productions from this factory. And doing that in like 6 episodes, 7 episodes maybe, that's pretty impressive. Anywho, we're going to be using this Fiat to cart because it is 10 miles an hour faster than the Zeder crystal that we had been using to cart. Even though the Fiat is more powerful and weighs a little bit more. Therefore, it's better suited for the parsnip harvester. Even though that's the case, I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice those benefits just because it's so fast. So I'm going to be using it to cart, which means the Zeder crystal will be the tractor harvesting the parsnips for us. So let's get back to the farm and make stuff happen. Enjoy! Well, we've been getting along quite nicely in the field, using the Zeta crystal and this one-row parsnip harvester. Sorry, I stumbled over my words there a bit. This is really slow. See, I got the pallets kind of scattered all over there. See how many I got there? 8, and this is 9. Alright, so we're already starting on the back trailer there, because 8 will fill the front. And I think once I get that one filled, I'm going to maybe sell this harvester. And we're going to change things up a little bit. I'm not sure if I want to sell this harvester or just lease another one. So I want to use this guy right here. It's got the hopper tank on it, so it'll actually store the crop on the machine instead of having to put it into a pallet and just leaving it all over. One thing I was thinking about, if you want to store your crops like in a shed, or because you can't store these root crops in a silo unless it's like a modded silo that's unrealistic. So what you'd have to do is get like a warehouse and just store these pallets of parsnips in them. And you know, that could be potentially a very good use if you want to harvest. Usually at harvest time the price to sell isn't very good, so if you want to bulk harvest and put them all in pallets, and then you know you want to wait for the best selling price, you may want to just store those pallets and wait until the price is good. So that would be a very good use for pallets. And obviously there is the bigger pallet harvester. This one will hold 4 pallets. It's still just one row though. Super unfortunate that we couldn't get one of them with 2 rows to harvest and pallets. That would have been very nice. It is what it is. It's not too big of a deal, it's just slightly annoying. 1 row is not a lot of rows. And even the biggest one, it's 637,000 or something like that. Let's just check that to be sure, because I can't handle not knowing for certain. Yeah, $637,500. It only does 4 rows. So the most you can possibly do at a time is 4 rows, which is absurd. That was, what, pallet 9, so this is pallet 10, or was that pallet 10 and this is 11? I don't remember, man. Let's just, when we get to the next side, we'll hire a worker, and we'll load up all these pallets onto the trailer. This may be pallet, it's either 10, 11, or 12, man. I don't remember exactly which one it is. Anyways, just grab it, run over to the trailer, and chuck it down. My reason for wanting to do the harvester with the hopper on it is, you know, on the one hand, I want to show off as much of the equipment as I can as a part of this premium expansion series. So if I have the chance to show off another harvester, I think I should probably take it, and I have plans to show off each type. So one of the types, if you will, is this one that we're using now, the pallets. Another would be the hopper, which we're going to get next. And then the last type is a, what would that be called? It overloads. It dumps as it's going. It doesn't have a hopper. It doesn't put the crop into a pallet. It just dumps into a trailer that has to be pulled beside it all the time while it's harvesting. So obviously the big one, the self-propelled 4-row harvester, it's one of those overloading harvesters. It doesn't carry the crop on its tank, it just dumps it into a trailer. So that will be me kind of showing off that type of harvester. Let's see. I got one over there, one over there, and one over there. So that would be, so this is the 11th pallet here, I hope, which means I can start another one. Anyways, I had planned to get the hopper harvester, the harvester with a hopper. I had planned to get that for the actually to lease or buy one, and then maybe even lease another one for the carrots and the red beets. And I'm just getting kind of sick and tired of these pallets. So I think I will switch over early just to help us out finish this thing up. And that way I already know kind of how the system works. So when we get to the red beets and the carrots, there's no faffing about, there's no figuring out how things work. It's just get in there and do it because I figured it out. Okay, here we are. Gonna sell, or not sell, I guess. We're going to just drop off the parsnips here. We are actually going to sell the pallets, I guess, so I wasn't wrong in saying sell. And, yeah, not much, but every little bit counts. And then, before I go back to the farm, I can just go ahead and sell this harvester here. Let's repair it and repaint it so I can get every bit of money back. Up to 43,000. And before I lease that, I am going to be silly and sleep just so there's a chance the carrots and red beets are done. That way I can just, instead of having to pay an extra cost for leasing them, I don't have to. But before I do sleep, I don't want to use this weeder. It's absolutely tiny. I don't even know how much it costs, but there is a bigger version. This is like 3 meters or 4.5 meters or something, and there's one that's a little bit bigger. So let's go ahead and sell that real quick. Yeah, literally $3,500. Again, every bit counts. Let's sleep. I think I am leasing that fertilizer spreader. I'm not certain, but I'm pretty sure. Okay. They're not quite ready. How's the selling prices on this stuff? Could make a fair bit of money here. I'm gonna wait. Let's just sleep again. I want to avoid the extra leasing cost if I can. You have to pay a little bit for every day you have it, and it ends up being a little over $1,000 a day, and I don't want to pay $1,000 a day. So, what about now? Hey, let's have a look at those. Let's sleep until 9. I'm going to sleep in this morning. There we go. Alright, let's get distracted by looking at some plants here. They look pretty similar to what they did. The leaves are just more developed, and there's some yellowing as well. And as for the carrots, same deal. Just bigger leaves. No yellowing, though. You can't even see the little orange bits sticking out. I was hoping you'd be able to. Right. Let's get... I want BKT on there. Yeah, so you see per workday it's $1,000, so I've just saved myself $2,000. I'd say that's a pretty good deal. And if we look now, we can see everything. Everything is at a pretty good sell price. We've got a decent price on potatoes. It's about $2,000 less than optimal. Parsnip soup is a little better than normal. Our straw is almost at the top it can be. Our sorghum is about $1,000 less valuable, and our wheat is about $2,000 less valuable. So December is a very big month. We're going to sell everything. This is saying we should make around $270,000. Could be more, could be less. I hope I didn't have extra soup. Okay, sweet. So, oh my goodness, 26,000 liters of potato soup. So I need to leave all this stuff here. No, we'll sell stuff later on. Gosh, this decision making is hard, I tell you. Alright, let's jackknife our trailers to oblivion so we can try and get away from the pallet fork lift. I'm going to head back to the farm. First, actually, I'm going to go to the store. We're going to put... Ooh, that's really cool. Leaves in the middle of the road. Zielonka looks good in the middle of winter. The texture could use some work. I think it looks better on the main road. Here it just looks kind of out of place. And weird. I don't know. Looks like it was placed there, which it was. But obviously in real life it would look much more natural. I'm going to change these trailers to put the side walls and the back end back on them. So that way they can hold some crop. Okay, customize, standard, no cover, and then customize this one. Ooh, I gotta pay for that? Well, that's not very good. I definitely want the big one, though. How does that look with the... That's pretty good. Okay. Ouch, that was expensive. Let's get the Zedor crystal. Going to grab the harvester. And that's a lot bigger. It said it only needed 100 horsepower, and this thing has 150, so should be totally fine. Although I'm sure it is quite heavy. Not too heavy though, so that's good. And it is trailed, so most of the weight is probably on those back wheels. I'm sure this will look quite impressive in the field. Ooh, I hope my chickens aren't starving. No, they're doing good. 549 liters. Very, very excited to get into these carrots and red beets. But that is not for right now. I think the weeds are going to be like really big in the parsnip field, which is going to look kind of silly because we've got the crop still in the ground to harvest. But that's no big deal. As long as the crop is still harvestable. I don't have seasonal growth on, so it shouldn't wither. But I guess there is a slight possibility. Doesn't look like it though. So despite our shoddy financial state a little bit ago, we now have quite a bit of money that we could potentially be coming into. And where is that going to go? Well, I think I will buy a tractor. Feel free to give me some feedback if you'd like to state your opinion on which one you'd want to see. Let's start the parsnip harvest. A little bit harder to control just because it's not stuck right on the back of the tractor. It's got its own wheels and they kind of steer themselves around. Just a bit of a delay, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Whoops. I guess I didn't quite finish up the last row. Yeah, that's pretty good. I keep grabbing the row in front of it, or to the side of it though, unfortunately. I have no idea what I was saying. Oh, yes. Comments. Leave a comment with which tractor. I'm currently leaning towards potentially a Kloss, or a Massey Ferguson, or a Deutz Fahr. One of those three. Probably Kloss or Deutz Fahr. Just to try and keep it somewhat realistic to the area. So, we've got basically the Claas Axion, or the, is there a bigger Deutz-Fahr? Yes, the Series 7 Deutz-Fahr, or the Series 8 Deutz-Fahr. There's the Deutz-Fahr and the Claas Axion. Oh, sorry, the bigger Axion is what I would go with. I suppose there might be a Series 9 Deutz-Fahr, is there? Nope, okay. Sorry, I get distracted too much. Right, I'll get the trailers back so we can unload that harvester whenever he gets full. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. I will definitely finish that field up off camera. It will not be carrying over into next episode. I'm not leaving that thing for 6 episodes. It's against my nature. And then once we do start the next episode, right, the parsnip field will be done. We'll be harvesting the carrots and the red beets and selling all of our produce, and that will hopefully bring in enough money to get us a good tractor. We may have to take out a loan or just rent the tractor. And I want to get a plow and put all those fields up together, because that would be super cool. So I hope you guys did enjoy this. Feel free to hit the like button if you did, and subscribe. It's completely free to you, and you can change it, take it back anytime if you want to. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Peace.